Welcome back. In our last video we showed you how we done some boat trailer repairs. Now in this video we're going to actually show you how we put the interior together, the fabric at this stage. So basically you can see how we got the boat and with the floral fabric, then with the seating, and then here is a snapshot of the new fabric and what a difference it makes. We pulled the fabric out of the boat, we took all the cushioning out of the boat, and to get it to the way we wanted it, because we ordered striped fabric, we had to line everything up perfectly. We couldn't do like we did with the floral, because the floral can go in any direction, but to get the boat looking right, all the lines looking right, because it's a striped fabric, we had to center everything. So you can see in the next video, in the next section, this photo here, how we've had to put lines in everything, and every piece of fabric that we took off the boards, we had to use it as a template for the line sections. So it took quite a while. Now what you can see here is we had to unpick every staple. There were thousands of staples on the backings. We had to unpick every one with a screwdriver, a hammer and a pair of pliers. This was very laborious, it took a while to do. Now once we'd done all of that, basically we used it as a template. And you can actually see here how Patricia, my wife, is actually using the old fabric as a template, and she's putting it on the new fabric which is underneath, and she's pinning it and cutting everything to size. Once it's all cut to size, then she can start all the sewing. So this took quite a while to get all the sections right and all the lines right. So this section here is a section that goes underneath the cabin. So this is a full bed. You can see she's actually cutting away and doing quite a good job of it actually. Our living room had to get transformed into a major sewing department, so everything is a mess. We've moved everything around just to get all this fabric cut and ready to be put back into the boat. You can actually see here that Patricia's got the industrial sewing machine, and there's a story behind that too. It's become a good machine that's been very involved in a few projects that we're doing. So you can actually see that she's sewing together all the pieces as required. It took a while to do. She was having a lot of trouble with the edges of the blue and white striped fabric that was fraying while she's sewing. But what she had to do in the end was overlock it. Now you can actually see she's come across to the overlocker, and all around the edges she has gone over the edges to stop the fraying. You can actually see the blue and white like threads on the end there that fray away with this particular material. Now the next section is when I started stapling to the boards, putting the covers on the boards, putting the fabric over the boards and stapling it back down. We had to use special staples, and we had to purchase a special gun to staple down the stainless steel staples. We couldn't just use normal staples because they would rust away. So we just ended up buying the bullet, buying the gun, and buying a whole heap of staples and working it out that way. Now we're actually putting a cover over the top of the board. That's how it was originally, so we've done the same thing. And I suppose it's for breathability and it doesn't harm the fabric, and it looks quite finished off once this is on. What we would do is staple approximately every 6 inches apart or every 150 millimeters apart, then come back and put the rest of the staples in. The staples were not even a centimetre apart. That's how it was on the old board, so we've done it the same. And that keeps the whole thing tensioned. We have to pull with one hand, put some staples in, and then go back and do the whole lot. What we found was we turned the pressure down a little bit on the gun because we didn't want the staples to push all the way in and push through the fabric. So we left them sitting a little bit high, and then we would go along with a hammer and just tap them into the face of the fabric itself. And it just gave it that little bit better finish. Alright, so that's the final seating area cushion covered. Alright, so it acts as part of the V-berth seating area, but then you put the midsection in, and that ends up being the bed as well. Alright, so we had a little problem with this cushion because our fabric was only so wide. But from here you can't tell. Unless I really point it out. You see up here? You see it yet? We've got a little join there. So Patricia had a little bit of trouble with that. That's right tucked up under the front of the boat. You know, you've got the shelf above here, and you've got the shelf here. That's never going to be noticed. So I think Patricia done a really good job on this. Alright, so We've got one more to go, which is the bed underneath the cabin. Alright, so look at that fabric and compare it to that. Look at the difference. Isn't it amazing? I think it's going to come up really nice. So that's our last one. We've got just enough fabric to do this. We had to wait 3 months to get that fabric there. And we're still short a little bit, but that's coming. And we're going to make pillows with that for the boat as well. That's the end for this video. And here I'm actually showing you that I'm drilling into some timber. That is actually the timber work on the inside of the boat. This is just a preview of what you're going to see in the next video and how we go about doing all the timber work and the cushioning pads. So stay tuned, watch our next video and we'll show you how we get it all done. Subscribe.